All right, let's talk about the Supreme Court order today regarding the controversial deportation of a non-citizen back to his country. And now the Supreme Court's issued a 9-0 decision on it. So, all right, so let's break this down. I mean, this is going to be basically, I'd say kind of emotional for people. The media has made this an emotional issue, I think improperly, and it shouldn't be. I see that the Democrats are ravishly making this an attack on President Trump. So that's their whole MO. They want to make this make him look like a bad guy for doing this. Now, again, more recently, the Alien Enemies Act was upheld by the Supreme Court. So the president has the full right to utilize the 1798 Alien Enemies Act, which gives the president wartime powers to deport people who do not have legal citizenship, birthrights to America. I'm sorry, this is what it says, and so it is what is going on. If you were not born in America and you are not here legally, gone through the green card process or the legal channels which are required, and there's a suspicion of any crime, even if it's not necessarily you've been guilty of the crime, there's suspicion of it, they have the right to remove you. Now, I get it that that's a constitutional issue, but that then comes to the argument of do aliens who are completely foreign have constitutional rights here? And that's a debatable issue. They might have 14th Amendment rights. I mean, it's definitely an issue. I would say they probably do, but that's for a court to decide. So they weren't born here. So what gives them the rights under the 14th Amendment? So, but here's what's going on. Ultimately, this guy was deported, and now he's over in El Salvador, back to his country. And so I don't know who's funding this litigation is what I'm kind of more interested in. Like, where is the funding for this? It's gone all the way to the Supreme Court for a single guy who got deported. And, he's not an American. So the White House's stance, the stance here, they sued Kristi Noem and the Homeland Security. They're saying, well, we don't have jurisdiction to bring somebody back who's already there, who's not an American. How do they get jurisdiction to go into a foreign sovereign, El Salvador, and say, hey, give us one of your citizens back? That's their citizen. Please give us your citizen back. No matter what the Supreme Court says, hey, bring this Supreme Court order to El Salvador, a foreign sovereign, and say, please give us this one of your citizens back. El Salvador's like, what are you talking about? Get out of here, So that's the problem. May have been wrong. It may have been unconstitutional. It's going to be for a court to decide. But the U.S. doesn't have any jurisdiction to go back over there and say, hey, we want your citizen, give him back to us, because there was a mistake. He wasn't a gang member. He was just an illegal. That's freaking insane. So, I mean, what's really insane is how they're using this as a big distraction issue to make it a big issue about how President Trump and Kristi Noem and Homeland Security is doing a bad job, and they're just picking every random person off the street and deporting them. That's not what's happening at all. That is not what's happening. Now, the Aliens Enemies Act is escalating things, giving the Homeland Security a much more aggressive stance where they can deport people. But they've got to be some sort of a investigation done, and they've got to have good cause. And so, it's getting to be wartime here. I mean, really in this deportation issue, and it's controversial. So, all I can say is if you're not here legally, get your papers together, man. I mean, I would be mindful if you're not in the United States of America legally, now's the time to be, get all the legal paperwork done properly, because it's a sensitive issue right now. They're going really aggressive, and even this guy who's potentially not a criminal, he's not a violent criminal or a gang member, He got removed. He's out. And now, the petition's like, hey, he wasn't in a gang, allegedly. We want him back over here, even though he's illegal. And the Supreme Court said that, and I know. And now the president's, they're saying, well, sorry, we're not going to follow that because we have no way to do that. We can't go to a foreign nation and say, give us your citizen back, please. It's their citizen, not USA's. Okay, so what's done is done. He can't come back. I'm not saying that I agree with this one way or the other. I'm just saying that there's no legal route to bring him back. It's a ridiculous order. It's an unfollowable order. It's not possible for the United States to do that. So Albreo Garcia. But I think that's more suspicious is the media coverage on it is insane right now. Like, why is it all over? Why is it a trending story? Why is it such a big deal? It looks like it's very political, is what I'm saying. Well, it's maybe an emotional issue. The real issue is where are all these files that are supposed to be released? What's going on with the money that's being spent? Our tax dollars here in the U.S. being spent and wasted. Okay? When are people going to hang? All right? That's what we want to see. People in government who have committed crimes, they need to pay. All right? This is a distraction from the main issues here, which are people in the deep state, deep state marauder, my man, Ivan Raiklan. He's the man, we've been following this stuff. And so, they need to pay. They need to pay. Let's stay focused on that. And these media blitz issues about this can be getting way too much attention off of the main issue and putting it back on government, And I'm not saying one side or the other. I don't care what party you are. If you took money from the American people, spent it, sent it off to our enemies, foreign or domestic, you need to pay. All right. So, yeah, this one issue is what it is, man. People are getting picked up. So be mindful. Get your papers together. I just thought I would report on this. This is Gavin Mehl. I'll see you at the top later.